again for introducing us. Like you said, I work for an organization called Nature Canada, which is an environmental organization based here in Ottawa. And I wanted to introduce my friend and colleague who you see on video. This is Ali, who's our urban nature organizer. And so I'm going to let Ali introduce himself a little bit more and tell us a little bit more about what is happening this Saturday. So Ali, take it away.
For sure. First of all, thank you, Dustin and Chris, for having us here. And thank you, Hillary, for that introduction. Like Hillary mentioned, my name is Ali Heather Ali, and I am the Urban Nature Organizer with Nature Canada, part of the Urban Birds and the Bird Day team. And I'm here today to talk about something very special that's happening on Saturday, May 9th. And of course, that is the World Migratory Bird Day. Now, this is a day where Canadians across the country celebrate some of the most awe-inspiring and wondrous creatures that have graced the face of our planet. And of course, those are birds. Um, we are celebrating the return of birds coming up to our Canadian skies and our landscapes after spending about nearly half a year, 6 months in southern warmer climates where in countries such as the southern parts of the United States, I'm talking about Mexico, I'm talking about countries in Central and South America. And now they're just finally starting to return to Canada to begin what is called their breeding seasons, where these birds are looking to find their mates, they're looking to build nests, lay eggs, and raise their babies from hatchlings, which are basically birds that have just hatched out of eggs, all the way to a juvenile, which is a bird that is ready to leave the nest and start their journey into becoming an adult themselves. So it is a very special day for myself, or for Nature Canada, and of course for Canadians across the country. Um, this year, the theme is Birds Connect Our World. And if we think about just how appropriate that is, considering the current context of COVID-19, we have individuals that are practicing physical distancing, being responsible, trying to keep themselves, their community safe, but at the same time, we're looking for ways to connect to each other. We're looking for ways to connect to nature, which we know provides some physical and mental health benefits to us. So in the past, Nature Canada and our partners have created resources and supported organizations across the country to host physical events where community members come out in huge numbers to celebrate the return of birds, to celebrate the love that we have for birds by attending events such as fairs or festivals, workshops, presentations, going on nature walks or birding walks to identify birds. However, under current scenarios, unfortunately, those physical events are not possible. We are staying more at home. We are practicing physical distancing. However, that is for us to keep ourselves and our community safe. Nature is still continuing to go on as it has. Birds are still migrating. The love that we have for birds and the admiration we have for birds is still there. So keeping that in mind, keeping in mind what the current theme is, Nature Canada's Bird Day team came up with this wonderful idea to combine those two elements to provide a safe space for people to show their love and appreciation and connect with other like-minded birders to celebrate birds, but do so at a safe distance and keep everyone healthy. So this year, and at the absence of physical events, we're helping organize and supporting organizations host online digital events where organizations across the country, from out west in British Columbia all the way to far east in Newfoundland, Labrador, organizations are hosting digital events where they're going to be sharing photos, they're going to be sharing stories, memories, experiences, knowledge, anything that relates to birds, where they can collect and have a moment to learn and appreciate them even further. So right now we have 20 organizations across Canada that are hosting these events, and there are actually three events that are happening in the Ottawa-Gatineau area. And as we move forward in this talk, I'm going to tell you guys how you can find out more information about those events, and also how you can register and attend those events because they are free to attend. The second part of what we're doing, and this is something that I know we're extremely excited about, is we have developed this fun interactive website which pretty much allows you to learn more information and act in a way to help bird populations within your local area, in your nearby nature, in your neighborhood, and on a larger scale. But at the same time, do it in a fun, interactive way that is for the entire family. So if it's all right, I think I will share my screen now, just so I can show you guys exactly what I'm talking about.
And kids, I've taken a look at this website. There's so many cool activities that Ali is about to show you, so pay close attention to this.
Mm-hmm. Can we see this? Yep, perfect.
Yeah.
So this is the website, the World Migratory Bird Day website, which you can actually join with me in checking out by going to BirdDay.ca. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about the setup of the website and then go a little deeper into the fun activities that Hillary was just referring to. So the goal of this website is to have it as a journey. No matter what your current level is as far as your knowledge or appreciation for birds, by going through this website as a journey, you will find by the end, by the time you reach the third section, you will have developed a new sort of appreciation and a new sort of uh, uh, love for birds. And you can start to find out ways and tips to identify the local birds that are common in your area. So we have created three main sections on this website. One is discover, to do just that, to help discover the love and knowledge about the birds in your area, which is what I'm going to start with right now. And now this is the part of the website that is filled with fun activities for the entire family, especially kids. You guys are going to love what we have in store. One of the first things that we're offering on this website are migratory bird quizzes. Now, we wanted to split it up into three different levels, and so kind of get people at no matter what level they are at their birding knowledge, they can find something that would be more suited to their level, but also as a way to help develop that knowledge and continue progressing to get to the final level. The three levels of these quizzes are, of course, easy, medium, and hard, but we're calling it fledgling for the easy, juvenile for medium, and adult for hard. But just to keep in mind, this has nothing to do with adult in the context of the human. These are actually life cycles of birds. A fledgling is a bird that has just started to develop its flight feathers and is about to learn how to fly. So if we keep that in mind, a fledgling, doing a fledgling quiz, you are just developing that knowledge. You're just developing that passion. And as you continue to go through these quizzes, you're going to find you're progressing and increasing your knowledge even further. So if it's all right with you, Hillary, how about we give them a little teaser for the fledgling quiz, and we can go and do the first two to give them an idea of what they can expect.
Okay, let's do it. I'm definitely a fledgling. I need to work on my bird identification knowledge. So these quizzes are great practice. Let's do it.
This will definitely be a great practice for you. And you can just see a baby duck or baby duck, yeah, representing the fledgling quiz. So we can start. And this is how what people are going to see, what kids are going to see. Anyone that tries to attempt the quiz, you're going to see a photo of a bird that is a migratory bird that comes up to Canada in a certain part of Canada during their breeding season. So we have this bird. Hillary, do you know what the bird is? First, I can give the options as well. So A, is it razorbill? B, is it Atlantic puffin? C, horned puffin? Or D, common merganser?
Oh my goodness, I feel like this is that game show, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I'm going to go with, it looks like a puffin from photos that I've seen. And it looks like that puffin might be standing, looking out onto the water perhaps. So I'm going to guess Atlantic puffin.
Let's see if you got it right. And yay, you did. That was a very good way to identify those birds. You were right. Puffins have a very distinctive beak. And so that kind of narrows down the options that we have present for this question. However, just a little quick tidbit for those who might not know what a horned puffin looks like. Horned puffins kind of have something that kind of looks similar to a human's eyebrows on top of their eyes. And kind of like uplifted eyebrows. So that's a very key distinction of between Atlantic and horned puffins. And as you noticed, Hillary, there was no uplifted eyebrows, if you will, on this Atlantic puffin. So let's move on to the next one.
Okay, 1 for 1 so far.
1 for 1. You're doing great. So the next question is, these birds travel in flocks. What species is it? A, Canada goose, B, tundra swan, C, cackling goose, or D, snow goose?
Okay, well, I know they're not Canada geese because I can see a bunch of those when I go down to the Ottawa River near my house. Let's see. I think I'm down to tundra swan because the tundra is a white frozen area in northern Canada and even in northern Ontario, or a snow goose because they're white like snow. I'm going to guess, I'm going to guess a snow goose though.
Ooh, can we get a drum roll? And again, look at you, Hillary. Maybe you might have been underselling your ability to identify these migratory birds. Very good job. You are correct. That is a snow goose. So thank you, first of all, thank you, Hillary, for participating in that. So this is what children can expect when they go through these quizzes. As you can tell, the difficulty will increase as people move forward from the fledgling level to the juvenile level to the adult level. And the goal is to, by the time you have attempted the fledgling level a few times, you are confident in your ability to identify those birds that you have seen in that quiz. You can pick out certain key identification skills and then move forward with the next level. So by the time you have done each quiz a few times, you're fairly confident in some of the birds that might appear within your area. So that's just the first activity, and it's a very fun activity. But let's move on to what else we have in store in the Discover section. We also provide not only activities and fun interactive games for people, but we also have information and facts, which you can see in a variety of different languages. We have it in English, French, and Arabic. So next thing, and we'll go back to the indoor birding steps because I think that's something that a lot of people are going to really enjoy as well. I really want to bring attention to the puzzles that we're offering on this website. This is something fun for the entire family, and it kind of develops your skills and senses too, while still acquiring more knowledge about birds. I want to try out this American kestrel, as that's probably my favorite bird out of the 8 that we're offering. So let's take a look at it and see what we can expect. Okay, so pretty much this is what happens. The image gets scrambled, and it's up to you to be able to put it back in place. And one of the fun things that I really enjoy when I'm doing puzzles is the sense of time. And you can see at the bottom right here, that's pretty much the leaderboard of who has done this puzzle the fastest. So there is a competitive edge that you can use to then compete with other members of your household, or even text your friends and see, hey, I finished this puzzle in 1:30. What did you do? So we can go ahead and I can show you how this goes, how this works. And pretty much all you do is click on a piece, drag it, and you will hear a click as soon as it fits in. Now, the reason why I chose the American kestrel is because it is my favorite bird out of the 8 that we saw earlier. It is actually the smallest falcon and the most widespread falcon in North America. That's the wrong piece. There we go. So this is the most widespread falcon, and because it's a bird of prey, it's a raptor, it does need to eat to survive, but it is a small bird. So the way that it manages to bring those two things together is that it can, is it the right? Yeah. It can prey for smaller insects and mammals that would be more suitable for a bird of its height, of its size. So you would see an American kestrel prey on insects such as moths. It would prey on insects like grasshoppers or something that we know as voles, which are basically mammals, small mammals that you would find in farm fields that look kind of similar to rodents. And as you can see, I'm not doing the best right now. I have like a minute and 20 gone already, and barely even started. So it is challenging for sure. Um, Let me just do a little bit more, and then I'll leave it for everyone else to kind of check out as well on their own time. So I don't give away too much of this puzzle.
Yeah, and Ali, I love what you suggested, which was that kids could kind of do this at a distance with their friends. They could maybe be on a call or be texting their friend and trying to get the best time. And, there's so many puzzles, I think, too, that you could really have a good competition going. So it's not like there's only one puzzle to do. So,
Exactly. Exactly. This is definitely something that could take a while to perfect, as you can see with me, but um, this is definitely something that you can compete with your family and your friends, and it's fun. It's a friendly competition. As you can see, I'm not doing well. I'm already number 4, so I'm gonna gracefully depart. But now you get a gist of the idea of what to expect, and that is just like you said, one bird. We have 7 others, and until you can get the top level on each 7, have you really accomplished your goal? That's how I look at it.
that's true. And we have lots of time on our hands for learning about birds these days. So I think, I'm going to be going in and doing these 8 puzzles for sure. So what else do we have here on the Discover page, Ali?
Of course, that's a very good question. And this next thing that I'm going to talk about is probably my favorite. I love birding, whether it's outside in regular time, like pre COVID, or now under COVID, birding from indoors, which is something that is so simple but provides so much joy to myself, to my girlfriend. We really love this. All you basically need, right, to accomplish this indoor birding are simple things. One, a window, which you can look out of and can provide a view of the outdoors, whether you're looking at houses, rooftops, whether you're looking at natural features, wildflowers, or posts and pillars where a bird could perch. Um, these are all simple things. The window is a simple thing that you need. Secondly, and this is also very important, get yourself something that's going to make you comfortable while you spend your time. So for me, I like to have a little blanket and I like to have a little pillow. I need to be able to be comfortable. If I'm going to be spending my time there, I want it to be comfortable. And I just finished eating snacks, but I keep those as well because I want to be easy and I don't want to be hungry. I don't want to be cranky when I'm hungry. Secondly, and this is something that I personally do a lot when I'm monitoring, I keep myself a notebook and a pencil to record my observations. So this way I can keep a checklist, a track record of all the birds that I've seen in my area. And then, just like with the puzzle, ask my family who lives in West Ottawa, in Barhaven, see what birds they're looking at. And see if there are similar birds, if we can identify some characteristics that, oh, it might be the same actual bird or not, and see what differences we can see as well. Finally, you need something like this, binoculars. That will help so well. But what the truth of the matter is, you don't actually need binoculars. You can view with your own naked eye. It will just require you to be a little bit more patient, a little bit more understanding that birds do travel on their own time schedule. But I promise you, when you do see that bird, that wait is going to be so worth it. And that eternal feeling of joy and happiness, you're going to receive that, and you can share your observations with your families. Um,
Cool, and I
so
love what
those are
you say about how you can bird with your family in Barhaven as well. It seems to go back to that theme of birds connecting our world. They're
right.
connecting us across cities and across the country. So very cool.
Yes, exactly. And you bring up a very good point because when we consider birds connect the world and we consider the journeys that they have just made, coming up from the south to the north, the same feelings of joy and admiration that we are getting from these birds in our skies right now the same birds were providing these feelings to children, to people in different countries way further south. And that connection is something so inspiring to me, that truly we are connected by nature, by birds, even though we might live in such separate countries and in different areas. I just want to, as we move forward, I kind of want to touch on a little bit about something that I feel like a lot of kids are going to really enjoy, and that is the Kids Discovery Zone. This is a section specially dedicated for activities and resources for children to get involved in nature. And one of the best things that kind of goes hand in hand with indoor birding with your family is something that we call Kids Bingo. Now, as you observe birds, as you're birding from inside, as you observe birds, check off every box that you have seen. So if you've seen a bird in flight while you're indoor birding, check that off. If you've seen a bird that is bigger than a crow, Hillary, you know this one. You've seen a lot of these. These are the geese, the goose.
Thanks for that.
If you've heard a bird song, check them off and see which family member in your household, or which of your friends digitally can get the first bingo. That's another fun way to get out there. Stay inside, but observe everything that you can as far as birds go from indoors as they're outside. Quickly, I kind of also want to talk about a little bit more because we do have a lot of content on this website. Now, this is just the fun, interactive activities that people can do with their entire family, kids, adults, grandparents. But we also have this other section called Restore. Once you have started to discover the birds that are commonly in your area, we have provided actions that the entire family can take to actually help bird populations and their habitats within your area. Now we know that there are three main things that people, no matter where you live, can actually do to protect and help bird populations. One of them is build a bird nesting box. And we actually talked about a bird that would really benefit from something like this, the American kestrel, the bird that we were doing the puzzle for. So when you go on this resource, click on select a bird species in your area, and it will redirect you to Nest Watch, where you can then actually put in the province you live in. I already selected Ontario, and the habitat that you live in. I selected town, but as you can see, there are many more options depending on which part of the province you live in. So if we move forward to town and see results, look at that, American kestrel. And you can actually click on this and download an entire design plan that the family can then work to create and actually install in their nearby nature, in their local communities, and feel good about providing habitat and a nesting box, a place where birds can lay their eggs and raise their young, and be proud of the work that the entire family has put into helping that population increase. We also have other actions. You can also plant native plants in your area. We have a list of resources that you can click no matter what province you live in. If you want to click on it, there's a series of resources that you can then identify and try to acquire those native plants and plant them in your areas, because we know that native plants do such a great job of providing habitat and food for birds. They increase insect populations, which a lot of birds rely on. They provide nesting material, grass, straw. These are things that are so important in creating a solid nest for birds to be able to lay their eggs in their proper habitat. So I cannot speak enough about having native plants on your property. They do such a good job of helping restore bird populations and bird habitats. And then finally, one thing that almost anyone can do, you can actually do it on the same window that you're using to actually to check out birds outside. You can treat your window. Let me just find that. Yep. You can treat your window in a way so birds can actually identify, because we know that birds cannot visualize reflective glass. They think it's a fly path and they run straight into it. And a lot of time that leads to their deaths. So we know that we need to change that, and it does account for many deaths. You can see 25 million bird deaths annually. And so we thought, why not create a video? And I don't want to show too much of a video right now, I'll leave it for you guys, but it is someone that you might recognize very well. That's our naturalist director, Ted Chesky, who goes on a step-by-step to describe the steps that you can take to make your window bird friendly.
And Ali, I know we're almost out of time, so I'm
Mhm.
just wondering, with World Migratory Bird Day happening this Saturday, can you just share with our campers how they can find out about online events that are happening in Ottawa or their hometown across Canada?
Of course, of course. So all people need to do, go to the homepage on BirdDay.ca, click on home, and scroll down until you come across past the sections to a map. Here, the blue dots represent the events that are happening, and as you can see, it's countrywide. In Ottawa area, Ottawa-Gatineau area, we have 3 events. One, helped by our partner, Ottawa Valley Wild Bird Care Center, and if you click on that link, the Facebook link, you can then register for their Zoom webinar and participate in some of the most amazing things that they're talking about. They're actually going to have Indigo, the American kestrel, which is their mascot for education, present at that webinar, which you can then join in as well. But one thing I do want to mention that this place or the spaces in those webinars are running out quickly. There's only a limited amount of space that people can join in with. So if you are interested in learning more, this is happening May 10th. I would highly suggest that you register as soon as possible. We also have another event from our partner Save Wings Ottawa, which is happening May 9th, which is actually on Saturday, World Migratory Bird Day, and then another event happening by our partner club des Ornithologues de l'Outaouais, which is in Gatineau, COO, and they're doing a webinar from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on May 9th. So feel free. And for viewers outside of the Ottawa area, we have many other events happening as well. And the process is the same. You click on it, you click on the link, you register, and then you get yourself some snacks, get yourself some drinks, find a comfortable spot, and get ready to enjoy and learn about some of the most awesome creatures. And I'm so excited about this. Some of the most awesome creatures on this planet, which of course birds. So I think that's pretty much what I kind of want to present. It gives you a little bit, a sneak peek of the website, but there's so much more for everyone to discover. We have the defense section where people can sign up to make a stand, protect bird habitats. There's resources, there's kids activities. This is definitely a place for the entire family to come together this Saturday and celebrate birds.
Awesome. That's so great. Thank you so much, Ali. Once again, kids, that website is BirdDay.ca. You can see that at the top of Ali's screen. And he and I work for an organization called Nature Canada. So check out our website, naturecanada.ca and BirdDay.ca, and make sure you attend a Bird Day event near you on Saturday. So thanks so much.